the payment system, building the social payment. Well, yeah, you might touch on that. I know it was in the past, but I'd like to know about your past as well as what you're currently doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So 2017 is when I started getting into this entire new era of blockchain as a tech. Got introduced to uh, this entire Ethereum smart contracts and private blockchains and distributed ledger tech, like all of it during those early days when there was like enterprises were very keen to venture into this new state of innovation. And during those days, like my responsibility was to research a bit more on how micropayments works, how payment channels work, how to build out like a scalable, decentralized payment infrastructure as well that can be consumer focused, that can lead to anyone to come in and just interact with this entire crypto world within clicks without worrying and hassles to go through those onboarding processes, which you typically do with banks and all. And how do we automate it? How do we make it more encrypted? And in post building out a lot of things around it. After that, like with Robert Bosch, it was more focused towards actually bringing those learnings and incorporating it into some real world use cases that are, yeah, completely different from what I'm doing right now. During those days, it was more focused towards automobiles and these sectors looking at something called autonomous agents, which you see now being really popular across, but using these agents for machine to machine payments, machine to machine economy. So there was one POC that we built, which was more focused towards, okay, if there is a toll plaza and a particular car is passing through it, how do you make it machine to machine without involving two human interacting with each other there? And how can you leverage blockchain as a tech here? So that's where we introduced the entire micro payment use cases, creating like an encrypted payment channels that can just interact from one machine to another, and everything been secured, everything been stored in a immutable manner on blockchain, right? So that was like a really interesting use case that gave me a huge inspiration to actually write research papers as well. I've published multiple research papers as well throughout these learnings. And from there, the journey eventually transitioned into more and more infrastructure focused games, which was Upchains, which was layer ones. That's when got introduced to Cosmos ecosystem and this entire new concept of validators, POS, and delegated POS as well. So um, this entire nodes as a concept and inspiration was when we were working with a lot of validators and we saw the hassle that they go through as well. And we saw the challenge that no one can just come in and participate as well. And yeah, that's how NodeOps was born. NodeOps was conceptualized that we can let anyone come in and become a node operator in a one click and help foundations to like actually move towards decentralized, uh, POS economy without worrying without worrying about the security, scalability, reliability of these nodes because we manage it, we orchestrate it, and we coordinate it with our entire infrastructure. So started with that 2024 January, we introduced it. Within first 4 months, we were doing seven figures in revenue. Raised our first round. In May, we announced it of a 5 mil round. From there till today, it's been heads down, building and introducing new product avenues, introducing new entire now what we call NodeOps network as a protocol stack, where you have more and more platforms building on top. So NodeOps Console was the first one. We very recently introduced NodeOps Cloud, Security Hub, and a couple of others as well, where we kind of now become an entire, kind of like a tool, one-stop tool or one-stop shop for anyone who is looking to just get started with building out in Web3 as well. But we don't stick to just being like an infrastructure layer. We focus on building the product layer that can be a middleware between consumers and the infrastructure, right? So that's what we've been up to. And our team today consists of like 20-25 odd team members where, Pratik, me, and JD, we know each other for a while, all the three co-founders. And Today, like scaling up as quickly as possible towards more product avenues as well. So yeah, that's been the journey so far for me.